Welcome back to HQ Scales. Today we're going to install a mobile weigh bridge on our test stand. Here comes out of the box, we have the hardware kit, the load cell assemblies, the spanner channel, and then there's the idler mounting kit. Okay, we're over here in the shop and we're going to install the mobile scale on our test stand. Obviously the dimensions aren't going to be the same as a conveyor, but we have the idler that is mounted to the channel that spans the width of the conveyor, and we're going to remove this and show you how to install the scale. Okay, we're back. The idler is removed, as you can see, and now we're ready to mount the load cell assemblies in the same holes that where the idler was held onto. So you place the plate underneath inside of the channel. You're going to use the lock nuts. Okay, so we stepped away from the test stand for a minute just to show you. This is what it looks like out of the box, and here's the spanner channel. When you take the idler off and you move it over, the feet are going to be mounted here. So one on each side, and then your idler is going to span the center, and then the wings will come off of here. Because our idler is so much smaller for the test stand, here's our assemblies, but we just use one of the plates to mount the two together. So it's still going to function the same way, we just have a much smaller idler for shows. Okay, so we've got our mini idler and all the hardware you're going to find in the kit. And when you do this part, you're supplied red Loctite, so you use that here as well. It's the best thing to do is to get the bolts started, and you'll find in the hardware kit there'll be different gauges of shims. This is just going to make it a lot easier for when you have to raise or take away shims depending on what you start with. Okay, now you're ready to mount the idler assembly onto the stainless post. When you're deciding where to put this in a real life situation, just make sure you're not tied up against the cross member here, or you're not way to the end. You know, obviously it depends on what the conveyor looks like, but you're going to, we're just going to pick a spot here, put the bolts in. And then you have these stainless washers that gives you a little room to ride up against that assembly. Okay, now that we've got the idler assembly positioned where we want it, you're going to notice that one side is oval and one side is tight on that stainless shaft. And this is going to give you a little give depending on how you need to adjust this. Go ahead and put your second set of washers on. And your other bolts there. And this part is not in the manual, it's just been recently added, but it's just another fail-safe pin we're putting in at the end. Okay, final assembly of the idler, and that is the mobile scale install. Okay, now that the mechanical part of the weigh bridge is complete, you're going to be ready to run your integrator. We're also going to add your speed sensor. This scale includes 50 feet of wire loom. Be sure when you're running to avoid pinch points, any hydraulic lines, also any high voltage lines. Use that wire loom and get it mounted safely to where you need to go